Hey everybody, and welcome back to the MindCatcher's channel. Today I'm going to find out if e.l.f. can work for women of color. Can we use the majority of e.l.f. products and make a beautiful look out of them? We're going to see today. So I'm going to try to stick with e.l.f. the entire tutorial. Let's see what we can do. I have a primer, and this is in the shade Cocoa. I didn't even know this existed. I never seen it on any of their social media, so I was surprised that they had a primer that was deep. So let's see if it will mute out our lids, because sometimes we put a primer on and then we put a concealer or something on to mute out our lids. And because I was doing a tutorial before this, I do have a little bit of staining. So if this could take care of that, that would be great. As that primer is settling down, I can see where there is a little bit of color on my middle finger there. Looks like my middle finger just got a tan or something. So there's a little bit of color, but not much. Not enough to say my lids are like muted out. So I'm still going to add a little bit of concealer. I don't have an e.l.f. concealer, so I'm going to use my trusty LA Girl. Everything will be affordable in this tutorial. I'm going to use my trusty LA Girl Pro Concealer. Just tap that on my lid a little bit. Next, I do have a shadow base from e.l.f. I'm not quite sure of the name. It just says basic on one side and brown on the other. I'm using the shimmery side of it. So I'm just going to put that on the lid. And I do have hooded lids, so I'm going to go just a little bit above my natural crease. Going to take my finger, best blending tool ever, and just kind of tap that into place. The next thing I have here is an eyeshadow duo, and it's called Peach Squad. It has a peachy shade on one side and like a bronzy shade on the other. I'm going to use that bronzy shade. I'm going to use one of the e.l.f. Precision brushes. It came out with the clear line. I hope that's the right line, the Precision line. Just going to dip into that bronzy shade. And if you have hooded lids, we're going to go beyond the natural crease and go up with it. I'm going to dip a bit into some of my face powder. This is by Black Radiance. It's called Ebony. Just going to apply that right here in the outer corner. Since I was looking for a matte shade, I really don't have many matte shades from e.l.f. All of them are kind of shimmery. And that peach shade is not really what I was going for. So we're just going to blend out the edges and the outer corner with that. Now we're going to deepen the outer corner even more. I have an e.l.f. liner, and this is in black. So we're going to draw some black on our lid here. And just smudge that black in. And remember, I'm using my face powder as the shade between this bronze and this black. So you can go in between the two until you get the intensity that you want. And I am using e.l.f. wipes to clean up underneath the eye. I'm going to go into my e.l.f. gel liner. Here it is right here. This is in black. And I'm going to make a wing. This is also the e.l.f. eyeliner pencil from the Precision line. Okay, that's one eye. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, for lashes, I'm just going to throw on these very affordable iKate House lashes. They're number 213s. I don't think they're any more than $2 on their website, so I'm going to throw those on. And I have an awesome in-depth eyelash tutorial on my Patreon account if you're interested. My link for Patreon will be in the description box. I have on the lashes, and I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on these lashes because they're not very expensive. I don't mind putting a little mascara. This is from the Active line. So just kind of helping my lashes blend in with these. Since I like to leave my bottom lash line for last because I like it to look crisp and pretty, I'm going to move on to the face. As a moisturizer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydration Stick. That's what it looks like. This is also in their active line. It has a nice fragrance. Everything in the line has a nice fragrance. This has a cooling sensation to it. I believe I read it had aloe in it and a few other pretty good ingredients. Next thing I'm going to put on is the Lock It Primer. I saw this on the website. I have used some of their primer before. They have lots of different primers. Primers that give you like this illuminating skin, mattifying, but this one was called Lock It. Like, it's not going anywhere. Looks like that. It has a pump to it. So we're going to try that one out. Okay. Oh, it feels very like sticky. Wow. Very strange. I never felt anything like that before. Oh wow. It's almost like Elmer's glue or something you're putting on your skin. You see how it's pulling? That's funny. And in between, I'm still using the same wipe. I'll show you guys. The wipe is super dirty, but it's still getting things off, and the moisture is still there. It's still very moisturizing. I love their wipes. What I think I want to do is do the powder first. They do have a translucent powder. I'm not sure why they were putting in something so small, but this is a translucent powder right here. So I'm going to kind of shake some out. I'm just going to dust this all over the face. They say it's translucent, but I've learned better. Sometimes people say translucent and you still see it on your skin. So you got to be very careful with that. So we're pushing it in and you can see it. You see that cast over my skin? So it's not that translucent. Now for the fun part, guys, I did pick up 2 of their foundations. I did swatch them and show them on Instagram and Snapchat, so you guys be sure to follow me. And while you're doing all of that, please hit the subscribe button. If you like me and you like what I'm doing on this channel, please hit the share button and share it on your social media. That's how people find this channel. But anyway, I have the 2 shades here. These are the 2 deepest shades in this particular foundation. This is the Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum, and it has goji berry in it. I don't know much about goji berry, but that's what it has in there. And it says it has SPF 25 sunscreen in it. Alright, so you have, I believe this one is dark, medium dark, or dark deep. Yeah. This one is dark deep, that's the lighter one, and the darkest one is called deep. Now, as I was swatching them, I'm assuming that the deepest one would work for me. I'm going to give it a try and just see. And if it doesn't look like it's going to match, I'm going to wipe it off and go with the other shade. But I think the deepest shade would work well for me. I'm also using one of the e.l.f. It's kind of like a glittery little blender here. It had glitter in it, made me a little concerned, but none of the glitter came off. So I don't know how they did that. I will say this sponge is damp. It really does distribute quite a bit, even though it's damp. And this is more of a watery feeling foundation. You guys know I do have Foundation Fridays, so this will be the foundation I'm discussing next week in Foundation Friday. I'm not going to give you too much in this video, but I will be wearing it all day today. And we'll get back to it. I do like that coverage. Hopefully it stays like that. It looks like and keeps feeling like it wants to pick back up into the sponge. But I'm going to leave it right there. Try not to go over the same area too many times. and move on. So this is deep on. This again is the deepest shade in that particular foundation. I know I'm not the darkest person I know. I have family members that are darker than me, so you know, it's just in the atmosphere. I'm going to also use their finishing powder in deep. This is the packaging for it. It says e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, and this is in the shade Deep. And I'm going to show you because, guys, I'm being honest with you. When you go on these websites and you see this, you're thinking, oh, wow, yeah, that's deep, that's dark. I am not the darkest person you guys have seen on YouTube or possibly in person. I'm definitely not. So if I'm wearing deep and this is what it looks like, we gotta get a little deeper than that, guys. I'm gonna put on this sheer powder. I didn't find a concealer. I wanted to highlight and do all of that stuff, but I didn't see anything that would contour me very, very well. So I said I'll just leave it at foundation. Now to me it seems like this finishing powder is deeper than the foundation. Look at this. Yeah, it brings the foundation down a bit. It's like my color is coming back with the powder. And I'm pressing it into the skin. I'm not brushing it. I don't want to disturb what I just did. But it's bringing my color back. It really is. So far, color-wise, I'm liking the sheer tint powder. I'm liking this. I'm not sure how it's going to fare as a powder right now. And like I said, we're going to have Foundation Fridays and discuss things, but I like the color. I really do. Guys, friends, I am loving this powder. Love it, love it, love it. Look at my skin. Very, very pretty. My skin looks very nice. And like I said, that deep shade in the powder brought back the life to my skin. I'm going to use my CoverGirl bronzer and just go around the perimeter of my face with it just a tiny bit. Alright guys, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of Sacha Buttercup powder just to place down here while I'm doing my bottom lash line. So I'm going to use, this is a Sigma 4D HD Kabuki brush. It's in the shape of a pyramid. It gets in those little corners very, very well. So just to add something down there, just in case something drops. And I'm just going back into this black pencil. Going to run that in waterline. I think most people would keep their look pretty simple. So that's what I'm trying to do. Go back into that mascara. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the bottom lash line. Now this is where you can use some of your lash primer. I talked about a L'Oreal primer before. You could put some of that on. You know, just go drugstore friendly and do what you need to do to make those lashes pop. Okay, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of highlight to the inner corner of my eye. Just using a little pencil brush. I'm tapping into one of the e.l.f. highlighters. This is Moonlight Pearls. And it looks like this. Let's go into this one right here. I believe this is the deepest e.l.f. blush palette they have on the site. We're going to add just a little bit back here. That's pretty pigmented. Cute, cute, cute. And I do have like an e.l.f. like eyeshadow slash highlighter type thingy. I have several of these. One is in brown Bonanza. Oh, it gives you a little something there, a little something, something. What do I have the most of from e.l.f.? Lip products. I have a lot of lip products, so that's hard to kind of, you know, narrow down. I love my regular little lip pencil from ColourPop. You guys know this is only what, $5 or $6. I like the shade Pitch, so I'm going to use that. And with a look like this, you can almost go with any lip color, so we're going to see. And that's one thing I didn't see a lot of on e.l.f. site, lip pencils. I think I only saw one. Now I see they have some lipsticks. It's called Beauty Shield Antioxidant Enriched Skin Protection. This is in red Siren Scream. And the packaging looks like that. Beautiful packaging. We're going to see what that looks like. This is my first time ever opening this package, guys. I think this one I received in PR, but it's beautiful. It has that like rainbow holographic type packaging. And that's the shade there. Been a while since I wore some red, so let's see. I'm at the end now, guys. You see how quick that was? I know I talk a lot, but that was still quick. This spray is the after workout cool down mist. Now I did see them spraying this on some people on their Snapchat when they were doing makeup right there in their e.l.f. store at the counter. They were spraying this after the makeup, but I am very much used to my regular e.l.f. spray. This one is the Makeup Mist and Set, so I'm going to use that one because I don't know what that one will do, but I do know what this one will do. It does hold up pretty good, and I will definitely compare this to any of the higher brand makeup setting sprays. I went to an Urban Decay launch party, super hot here in Miami. It was so humid and hot. But one thing I can say, I came home with makeup on my face. My face looked flawless the whole night, even with pressing my face because of the sweat. So I wish this sweating line was out before, but this stuff held up. So I can vouch for that much. Everything else, gonna have to give it a try, but that I can vouch for. Alright, so we're gonna let that seep into the skin. I'm gonna do something with this hair of mine and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is your completed look. And I have to admit, I'm very, very, very impressed. You know, I use e.l.f. almost every tutorial, some sort of way I use e.l.f. I use the wipes, I use the primer. That was my first time ever using the cocoa primer. There, like I said, it is a little bit of a tint, but not much, you know, but it is fun to use and it's very affordable. You know, everything is less than $10, I believe. Every single item that I used was less than $10, so that is absolutely amazing. This bronze shade on the eyelid is popping, really like that. That is the Peach Squad. I'm gonna have everything listed below. The thing that blew me out of the water, honestly, I went outside, took some photos, actually looked at my skin in natural daylight. The thing that really, really surprised me was this powder right here. It brought back my natural color. I look brown. I look like a brownie. I love it. I don't look gray. I look brown. So that is the thing that I really, really love about this. This is going to be always in my collection. I might go back to the site and buy like 2 more of these. Also, I don't know what's going to happen with the Lock It foundation primer, or the Lock On face primer rather, but the feeling of it, I feel like it may keep your foundation on for a pretty long time because the foundation is there. I went outside for a little while, like I said, to take pictures and stuff. The sun came out. I did start looking glowy, and I do have a little clip of it. I looked glowy but not oily. I looked fresh and youthful but not oily. So it could have just been the glowy products that I used, because I did use the one of their little shadow trios here called Brown Bonanza. It did give me a little bit of a glow here across the nose. I put it on the forehead, the chin. The light was just hitting me in all the right places. It looks flawless. I don't know if you guys can tell from my voice, but I'm very, very excited. So I'm just like, e.l.f., come on with these deeper shades. Give it to us, please. Give it to us, because it's beautiful. Great products. We want to join the rest of everybody with all of these great products. We want to try them out too. So, you know, it was a good start. I'll give them a round of applause for these particular shades. It was a good start. Everybody has to start somewhere, guys, so let's give them a round of applause for these shades. But we want to see these extended, because I am not the deepest shaded person that I know. I know that you guys follow YouTubers that are much darker than me, so let's keep those shades going. Talk to you guys in the next video. Do not forget to check out my Patreon account. I have videos that are very in-depth, where I go through step by step on how to do certain things. 30-45-minute videos. If you have the time to sit down and work on a makeup look with me, or if you guys are going somewhere and you want to look extra nice and you want to sit with me and do your makeup, I have videos like that over there. So go to my Patreon account, check it out. I have the link down below. Also, please subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you. If you like what you saw here today, click that like button. That helps me out. Also, hit the share button. Other people want to know about how fabulous I am, so why not? Talk to you guys in the next video. Cyber kisses. Bye.